Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. Today I thought that I would play with some new high-end products that I picked up recently. Some are very new to the market and some are just new to me. So if you'd like to see what I think of the products in the thumbnail, then just keep watching. First off is a product that I picked up at one of the Sephora insider sales. This is the Keep On Masking face mask holder. Looks like this, and I'll be honest, I don't wear face masks often because you have to lay down and you can't do anything while you're wearing them, so it's very inconvenient. So I thought that we would give this a try today. It says it is a glitter silicone mask holder to keep your sheet mask in place. It has ear loops to secure the mask to allow you to multitask. It can also be worn over your serums and skin treatments to get their maximum effect. So I figured we would try this Vitamasks Sustainable Glow Juice Berries Biodegradable Sheet Mask with vitamin C, niacinamide, and multi-berry complex today. Now let's see what this looks like. Okay, I was expecting it to be a little bit thicker. Okay. So it looks like this, so you can place it on and over the ears. Okay, in theory that makes sense. So let me tie my hair back and we'll try a face mask. It's so thin, it's already ripping. Thanks. Okay, ready? Ooh, it smells like berries. Moment of truth. That's actually really convenient. I mean, I look kind of silly, but don't we always look silly in face masks? It'll hold it all the way up on the forehead. I mean, it doesn't hold it tight right here, but that's fine. It's keeping it on. Okay, so good purchase so far. So I'm gonna let this sit for, what does it say? 20 minutes, and I'll be back later. Okay, so that sheet mask holder worked really well. So now let's move on to product number 2, which is the Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue Concealer. I picked this one up because Kathleen Lights was a big fan of it last year. I picked up number 7 Light. It says blendable, lightweight, long wear, full coverage. I do have like a cut on my nose, acne scarring in a couple places, and the definite blue bags. So we will put this to the test. Oh, it looks very light. Okay. We might have to warm up with one of the other products I have to try today, so that works. Okay, it's a very fat doe foot wand. Oh, it is really good coverage, wow. Okay, well, it's not sticking to the actual spots I need it to stick to, so maybe I need to let it dry down a little bit before I start blending it out with a damp sponge, which is usually the case. You can see like it covered really well, so it is a really nice coverage. I do feel like I still see a little bit of blue, but that might be because this is a little bit too light for me. If it were the spot on shade for my skin tone, it would cover a bit better. Generally lighter shade concealers show the shadows a bit more than concealers that are your true color. That's been my experience anyway. All right, well, that one I might just have to cover with like powder or something. But this is the before, and this is after. Nice and bright and concealed. So I am quite impressed with this so far. Okay, so concealer is finished, and I went ahead and applied a light layer of the L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum in the shade 0.5 to 2, very light. You guys can see I'm almost through this. This is probably the first foundation I've ever run completely through. It is really fantastic. And it doesn't necessarily need to be set, but I do have a new powder that I'd like to try that I picked up because of Samantha March's recommendation. She swears by this Dior powder. Now, I've never purchased anything Dior. I don't think I've ever tried anything from Dior. So this is the Face and Body Powder No Powder in the shade 2N Neutral. Now she says this is like a blurring, smoothing, natural satin finish powder that she said she cannot get enough of, and I've read the reviews and so many people that bought it because of her recommendation say it's fantastic. So let's give it a try. It's like one of those like hard pan palettes where I feel like you have to scrape off the top layer because it gets kind of gunked up. So I'm not sure if this type of brush will actually work. I mean, it does feel like it's setting it, but I don't really see any on my face, which I guess means it's a good shade match. I mean, my forehead does look very smooth and almost satin. So I don't know if that's just the like natural product that I have on underneath or if it's this powder. I mean, I really can't tell, but it looks good so far. Okay, so far so good. I will have to keep using this and see what I think of it with other foundations. I already know I love this one and I don't even need to set it, so that may not have been the best one to try it with, but so far so good. Next we have a bronzer that I picked up. This is the Aesthetica Sunset Bronzer. Now this one came in a BoxyCharm, and usually BoxyCharm sends me like orangey bronzers, but this one looked like a nice cool shade. Now I might be proven wrong when I actually get this on my face, but like in the pan, it looks like a nice cool neutral tone bronzer. So we'll give it a try. This is what it looks like. Comes with a mirror. Nothing super fancy. Okay, ready? Now on the face, it is pulling slightly warmer than it is on my hand, which stinks. So it's not a bad shade as far as bronzers go. Like, it's not orange, it's not yellow, it's not red. It is like a pretty neutral bronzer. I was just hoping it was a little cooler for contouring purposes. And it does build up, it doesn't look patchy. I don't know, I'm gonna keep trying this one. So as far as bronzers go, I do like this. I think it's a nice shade for me. I will continue to use it. It isn't too orange, it isn't too yellow, it isn't too red. It's like a really good shade for my skin tone right now. So I do like this as well. So far, this video is going so well. I wonder if we will end up having any flops today. Next up, we have a blush that I purchased around Thanksgiving time. This is the Glow Play blush, and this one is in the shade Blush Please. Now, if you saw my what I got for Christmas, I thought I was ordering a different shade than this one. I thought I was ordering one that was like a peachy pink shade, but I ended up getting this like mauve shade, which I'm not upset about. It's a really, really cool consistency. It's like a putty. I don't know, it looks really, really pretty. So I think I'm gonna try applying it with my damp sponge. If that doesn't work, I will use my cream blush brush. That always gets me. Blush brush. It's a nice color. So no blush, blush. Okay, I like this shade. It does require some building up with a damp sponge, so I am going to try it with my trusty blush brush from Smashbox. This is actually a blurring foundation brush, but I use it for cream blush. You guys see that applies it much more intensely and much faster. So with the sponge that took layering, with the brush that took, I mean, honestly, you could probably do one layer and be done. So it depends on your preference, like soft and smooth or fast and done. Another win, and I do really like this formula. The formula reminds me a lot of my favorite blush, which is this Neutrogena Cheeky Wink one. Mine is obviously very dirty. It's got a similar like putty finish, but mine is more of like a peach with a gold shift to it versus this one, which is more like mauve shade, but the formula seems very similar. I can apply it with a sponge or a brush without any issues. And that's it, we're done already. That was a fast try on video and quite a successful one. So we had the Sephora Keep On Masking Mask Holder, which I found very useful, very helpful, very practical. Now I can wear these around the house while I'm chasing my kiddos around and they won't be falling off. The Dose of Conceal, the Dose of Concealers. The Dose of Colors Concealer, high coverage. And the color is actually fine for me. I feel like it blended nicely with this shade of foundation, which has pretty much been my go-to product the last 3+ months. The Dior powder looks nice. Like everything looks nice and satin and smoothed out. The shade looks like it was a good match for me. At first I was thinking, oh, that's much darker than my skin tone, but it ended up being perfectly fine, which I was happy with. The Aesthetica bronzer, while I don't think I'll use this as a contour, it works really well as a bronzer. It's a nice neutral undertone bronzer. It's not warm, it's not yellow, it's not red. It is right down the middle, which I appreciate because I'm really getting tired of getting orange bronzers. And this MAC Glow Play blush, I really like this. So much so that I may have to snag another shade or two. This is a really nice formula. We'll see how long it lasts on my face, but I applied this on top of powder. You don't always get that result with like a cream or putty blush. So quite impressed with this little guy as well. You don't hear much from MAC anymore. I feel like this brand is not talked about as much as it used to be on the internet, but that is a good little blush. So that is it for my recent haul try on. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.